My topic for the day is something like changing India one vote at a time. I'm going to focus on the simple phenomenon called vote. And before that, I started my introduction, I'll talk about that story. In the year 2009, when I was doing my MBA from IIM Lucknow, I wanted to take a gamble. When the Lok Sabha elections were happening, I wanted to try something different. We have this concept called internship. So I told my people there that I want to do a political internship. I don't want to get into a corporate. So applied, got selected by a new party. I will not name the party for obvious reasons. So worked with them for about 3 months in Tamil Nadu. Learned a lot of things, that changed my life. The presentation that I'm going to show, it contains about 14 slides. We'll do the same for you. Before getting into that political internship, the question that I was asking, like most of you here, is how can my MP or my MLA can change? If I get a good MP or a good MLA, how can my city change? If my city changes, how will my country change? If my country changes, how will the whole civilization change? The same question I was asking. With a lot of fervent hope, I entered. I went to that political party's office. Long list of people waiting outside. A lot of people want tickets. I think one common thing between me and them is all of us know nothing about politics. One candidate whose claim to fame was, he was previously the stunt master of the person who was running that party, so he got the ticket. The other guy's claim to fame was, he had showed the whole of Tamil Nadu how to make money in real estate. A lot of people, different ideas about politics. Each had its own way of how to win elections. Give money, you win. Some people have, you bring a lot of people into this, people will vote for you, different ideas. So 3 months, all villages, roamed around, was trying to find that magic bullet, was trying to find what is that connects with people. If I can say for sure, people vote on basis of this. So I have a magic bullet in my hand. Tried my best, 3 months, no magic bullet can be found. Each people, they vote on their own ways. Some people vote based on the political leader's charisma. Some people vote because they simply wanted to vote. Some people vote because it's a holiday. They just want to go because to avoid the guilty conscience. Some people vote because, they knew somebody there, let me vote for them. So there is no magic bullet. So deeply disappointed, came out and asked me a lot of searching questions. Was I asking the right questions before doing this political internship? Was I asking the right question? My question was, how can an MP or an MLA can influence elections? Can influence the whole development concept? Then I found, no, my question was not right. The question is slightly wrong. So, use this pen. So, it contains a lot of data. So I've analyzed this 2014 elections for some data points, and some things we have done, and most of you know it. Before since the presentation is taking some time, before that, so most of us, we blame MPs and MLAs, criminal people. A lot of people have money power, gundaism, this, that. We all blame. So, yeah. So I'll just run through it, a couple of slides. This talks about this year election, 2014. We'll just look at the nature of candidates, the nature of MPs who are sitting in the parliament. Yes, the next slide. Yeah, just roll it. Money factor in politics, we all know. The average winner share is very, very less. It's very, very competitive. The national parties have come down. The state parties are going up. A lot of unregistered political parties, huge number. Each election, people need 20 crore, 10 crore, 30 crore. That is the money they're talking of. Again, if you look at the voter population, the first election in 1952, there are only 3 lakh people. So right now we are talking of something like 16 lakh. Each MP in an MP constituency, average, he talks about 16 lakh person are the voters in the constituency. Huge number. So can an MP or an MLA can he make a justice? Half the time he attends political functions, half the time he's in Delhi. So very few time we see him, very few time he interacts with us. The next slide, please. Again, if you look at India, you look at the melange of colors here. 2 graphs I've got. The first graph, I was analyzing each constituency. Each constituency was trying to find a common data point. We have picked up out of 543 Lok Sabha constituencies, if you look at it, about 342 are predominantly rural constituencies. Rural constituencies. Half the people, they just vote because they wanted to vote. If you look at the urban and the semi-urban, again, all the colors, if you look at it, about 201 constituency. Again, if you look at it, the SC people, scheduled caste, more than 20%. I think there are about 146 constituencies where those people decide who's going to win. If you look at STs, 20%, more, 120 constituencies. If you look at the minority community, Muslim, 20% more, 87 constituencies. There is no common element a common strategy which you can apply for India and you can deliver good governance for it. So naturally what has happened? The elections in India have become a contest of crore-patis. If you look at this election, I've listed the major parties. If you look at the Indian National Congress, out of the candidates who contested, about 425 candidates are crore-pati. The average asset is about 32 crore. If you look at BJP, about 387 crore-patis, the average asset is 11 crore. If you look at Aam Aadmi Party, 402 crore-patis out of 543, average asset 3 crore. Bahujan Samaj Party, 461 crore-patis, the data talks about it. Yes. But should we be worried? No, so much crore-pati sitting in parliament and making decisions for us. Should we be worried? Yes, obviously we all will be worried. So what is he trying to do there? So what happened once he gets elected, the whole process becomes an unending cycle. For the next election, again, he needs money, they indulge in a lot of corrupt practices, and you definitely don't have a choice. You go to a booth, you find the list of 6 people, you randomly start voting for one or the other guy. So big corporates start funding, and each MP, when you look at the money he makes, for example, 2009 and 2014 elections, if you look at the kind of money each MP has made, just have a look at it. This is especially for the MPs who got re-elected this time. If you look at BJP, about 78 MPs got re-elected. If you look at their income in the 5 years, it has gone up by 246%, each MP. This is the legally declared income. In a country like India, we know how incomes are notoriously under-declared. If you look at Congress, people double their income. If you look at Shiv Sena, if you look at BJD, if you look at All India Trinamool Congress, I think people actually tripled their income. In 5 years, an MP, most of the re-elected MPs has tripled their income. But no, my salary hasn't increased that much. My salary has increased by about 20%. So this is what it is. Now, we should be worried seriously. You know, this is the kind of people who are representing us. But my pitch is, you need not get worried. It doesn't matter actually. You might be wondering, how is it doesn't matter? Sir, you're talking so much serious about crore-patis and all. We'll have a look at something different. I think it might probably change your perception. Previous slide. Many times, as I told you, we are actually asking, we should ask ourselves, are we asking the right questions? More than asking us, are we seeking the right answers? The question here we are asking is development and governance. Yeah, we'll just have a look at it. Again, the next slide. Again, it's a data point. I'm sorry, I'll just run through it. People might not be clearly seeing it. For obvious reasons, I've removed which state it is from. I've taken a profit and a loss statement of a panchayat, a municipal body. I've taken a municipal body, a profit and a loss statement. If you look at it, the total receipt for that municipal body, I will not name the body. 2006 is 4992 crore, 4088 2010 is 7151 crore. This is the receipt they had. If you look at the expenditure, they have spent less than the receipt. If you look at the savings, most of the municipality made, it's about 48%. One municipality in 2006, 48% of money they didn't know how to spend. If you look at the other municipality, same municipality, next year 22% they saved, 19% they saved, which means they didn't know how to spend that money. Most of the time, when you ask your MP or your MLA or a municipality, there are 3 levels of governance. For an MP, there is no book in India which defines what an MP should do. If you look at the constitution, it simply states your MP actually represents you in the parliament. If you look at an MLA, it simply states your MLA actually represents you in the state, which means there is no data point. You cannot see whether your MP has done a good work before re-electing him. Most of the time, the only data you have is how many questions he has asked in the parliament. I don't think, if he has asked 1,000 questions, what difference does it make? This is the only data point we have. Because MPs by themselves, they do not have an authority. They simply sit in the parliament representing you, they ask questions, try and make a policy. Your roads, your sanitation, your health, your schools, your drainage, all your light, whether the public light is functioning in the evening, every single element, it goes into panchayat, it goes into municipalities. All these people are responsible for delivering the basic service. That is what the book talks about, the constitution. Again, if you look at it, now I'm talking of something different. I'm talking of the importance of panchayats and municipalities. There are 2.5 lakh panchayat leaders in India. The previous speaker also highlighted 2.5 lakh, which means there are 2.5 lakh places where service delivery can be done in India. Again, if you look at urban local bodies, big urban local bodies, 1,600 places where people can deliver public service. If you look at those things, now I collect 100 rupees in a panchayat. Now I am here to deliver service. If you look at most panchayats, they spend 40% on us delivering service. If you look at all this data, Andhra Pradesh, I've taken one particular urban local body, they have they out of 751 crore they have collected, they spent less than half for delivering the public service. Where did the remaining money go? Huge money I'm talking of. Okay, now again I'll run through this slide. It's all numbers because only then you'll understand what is happening. This is the list of things a municipal body has to do. If you look at all the list of things, I'm talking of something called core service. The constitution defines core service, what a municipal fellow has to do. Water, street lights, he has to give you roads, sanitation, local public good, your schools, your light, the way you drive, everything is influenced by them. But if you look at the numbers, that is the percentage of money he has spent. Out of 100 rupees he has earned, how much that municipal body has spent. Just look at that 40.16 column, which means 40% of money generally goes into paying salaries. Out of 100 rupees a municipality earns, 40% I spend on salary, I spend on pension. If you look at the remaining 60%, the important street lighting or roads or public health, not even 20%. This is a big problem. Why does this happen? So it's not a science. That whole data is in front of us. Why does this happen? Okay, this is an example of a good municipal person who's running it. If you look at this data chart, only about 14% of 100 rupee he earns, he spends it for salary. This is a flowchart of a good municipal person. If you look at the remaining money, 23% the municipality allocates to roads. Street lighting gets 27%. If you look at epidemics and public health gets 15%. Water supply, day in and day out you feel it gets 28%. This is a flowchart of a good municipal thing. Predominantly, if you look at the charts, 99% of Indian municipalities, they have the previous chart. Then, there is a direct correlation, absolutely direct correlation. This Harvard school, they did a study on behalf of the John F. Kennedy School of Governance in UP. They're trying to find what is the educational level of a panchayat leader, sarpanch, because I told you 90% of the time you interact with him on a daily basis. If you look at it, if you take UP as an example, the number of sarpanch who are literate is 10.3%. But at the same time, the 75% of sarpanch, they don't have a high school degree. At the same time, 88% they don't have a college degree. If Rajasthan is one state which is actually a good state in terms of the local governance, the panchayats and municipality, Rajasthan is the leading state. If you look at Rajasthan, 77% do not have a high school degree. Again, if you look at Rajasthan, 91% do not have a college degree. These are the people who sit there and they decide how your finances should be spent. That is the time most of your councillors' names will be something like Borewell Kumar, because you'll be putting a borewell in your area. Some of their names will be Cement Murali, because you'll be having a cement shop. That is the time, most of the times you don't have a choice. But half the time we don't really understand. We think councillor is a small fellow, just vote for anybody you have. That is the reason the level of the electoral participation in local body elections is absurdly low. 20%, 30%, 40%, that is the vote they get. And the winner actually gets 15% of the total votes polled, which means only 15% of you have voted for him. But only if you correct this step, the governments in India happen. Even a lot of people ask me, the new government has come, how do you feel? I say, I feel happy when the local leaders are good. So now, now you'll be asking me, sir, now you have told me all the problems, you're giving me the numbers, now what is the solution? The solution is, never think any job as a mean job. A lot of times, panchayat I don't want to do, I've done a good engineering, I've done a medicine, I'm this big, I go and do it. No. Panchayats in India are brilliant vehicles for development. If you look at it, the people who stand for panchayat elections need not be affiliated to a political party. Which means as a single person you can stand. People vote only for you, they never vote for a political party. Panchayats alone, in the ballot box, the political party symbol is not there. Which means the money power is almost eliminated. Just go, have a good profile, just vote for it. You can do it on a part-time basis. You run a good company, you be a panchayat leader. You are an entrepreneur, you be a municipal councillor. Nothing is demeaning. A lot of times, the important thing is the actionable part. How do you make sure it happens? A lot of times, and especially in police and army, we have the system of running 40 kilometers. With a lot of gear and practice, we run this 40 kilometer. So after 20 kilometers, we all fall, and the trainers usually tell us, always remember, katam, katam. The left foot and the right foot. The left foot and the right foot. The plan for you is very simple. Just go out of this room, start trying. The important thing is you have to try. Once you start trying, you can grab the easy ones. The tough ones becomes easy, and the improbable ones becomes possible. If you're not trying, sitting in the room and cribbing, nothing is happening. I think even in 2020, same TEDx, somebody will give the same speech. I think please go try. Nothing is demeaning. Take a good job, a panchayat or a municipal, do it on a part-time basis. Only then the whole country can improve. Thank you very much. It will be something like Borewell Kumar, because he'll be putting a borewell in your area. Some of their names will be Cement Murali, because he'll be having a cement shop. That is the time, most of the times you don't have a choice. But half the time we don't really understand. We think council is a small fellow, just vote for anybody you have. That is the reason the level of the electoral participation in local body elections is absurdly low. 20%, 30%, 40%, that is the vote they get. And the winner actually gets 15% of the total votes polled, which means only 15% of you have voted for him. But only if you correct this step, the governments in India are happy. Even a lot of people ask me, the new government has come, how do you feel? I say, I feel happy when the local leaders are good. So now, now you'll be asking me, sir, now you have told me all the problems, you have given me the numbers, now what is the solution? The solution is, never think any job is a mean job. A lot of times, Panchayat I don't want to do, I've done a good engineering, I've done a medicine, I'm this big, I go and do it. No. Panchayats in India are brilliant vehicles for development. If you look at it, the people who stand for Panchayat elections need not be affiliated to a political party. Which means as a single person you can stand. People vote only for you, they never vote for a political party. Panchayats alone, in the ballot box, the political party symbol is not there. Which means the money power is almost eliminated. Just go, have your good profile, just vote for it. You can do it on a part-time basis. You run a good company, you be a Panchayat leader. You are an entrepreneur, you be a municipal councillor. Nothing is demeaning. A lot of times, the important thing is the actionable part. How do you make sure it happens? A lot of times, especially in police and army, we have the system of running 40 kilometers. With a lot of gear and practice, we run this 40 kilometer. So after 20 kilometers, we all fall, and the trainers usually tell us, always remember, katam, katam. The left foot and the right foot. The left foot and the right foot. The plan for you is very simple. Just go out of this room, start trying. The important thing is you have to try. Once you start trying, you can grab the easy ones. The tough ones becomes easy, and the improbable ones becomes possible. If you're not trying, sitting in the room and cribbing, nothing is happening. I think even in 2020, same TEDx, somebody will give the same speech. I think please go try. Nothing is demeaning. Take a good job, a panchayat or a municipal, do it on a part-time basis. Only then the whole country can improve. Thank you very much.